Hello and welcome to Fragmaster's GTI Thursday for 2024, round number 4 from Blackwood. We are at Rallycross Reversed for the first time ever on sim broadcasts. Can you believe it? We've done it 4 times in the normal direction, but this is the very first time we're going to have streamed this in the reverse direction. This is round 4 also of the GTI Month of Masters Championship, which is the first 4 rounds of the year. And I'm very pleased to introduce a guest commentator for tonight, and hopefully the first of many from Fragmaster's very own Dave Fraser, but you know him as Fraz. Fraz, welcome to the commentary box.
Nice to join the team, guys, for tonight. Hopefully we can make it a more regular event. But yeah, all excited to see what we got in line for our race tonight.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different one, isn't it? We're going to go through the schedule in just a minute's time for the round 4 broadcast. But yeah, Zdravko Tomolniak, thank you very much for 2 years of service on the streams. But Fraz is going to give it a go now. So very, very happy to have you along. Let's see how this goes. Let's talk a little bit about the about what the Month of Masters is all about and the format for this evening's event. Here we go. Here it is. We are at Blackwood Rallycross Reversed we've just had 30 minutes of free qualifying, and then we're going to have a 21 lap race, which kicks off in 90 seconds now with a mandatory pit stop. We're also going to then have a 10-minute qualifying session to set the grid for race 2, which will be a 21 lap race. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. The first race is going to be with the XRG, and the second race is going to be with the XFG. So that's a little bit different, isn't it, Fraz?
Yes. There'll be no reverse top 15 in our second race this week. It'll be, head-to-head action, see who wins each car.
Yeah, so a little bit different. We have 50 seconds remaining to go over the standings very quickly. There have already been 3 rounds so far in 2024. And here is how it currently sits. It's TJ in the lead with 305 points ahead of Joe Holmes, who's registered 230 points. As far as I know, TJ and Joe Holmes both here. So the battle continues into round number 4. And then over in the Teams Championship standings, we have at the very top Rhoda Fraser with 516 ahead of Born to Race there with 424. 15 seconds to go, Fraz, before the first 21 lap race. It's a short and quick race, this, but surely going to see plenty of action from the drivers.
Right. I have no idea what's going to happen. This should be pretty exciting tonight.
Yeah, let's head to the track and see the grid lined up for race number 1. And there they all are. A huge number of cars. It's young Tommy B who took the pole position ahead of Sim Racing Polska's Master, and Joe Holmes is on row number 2. We're waiting for the lights, Fraz. Take them away for the start.
And here we go. Lights going to green. Let's go. Looks like the young Tommy B gets off cleanly. See how they go in.
Yeah, Joe Holmes immediately
up front.
Joe Holmes immediately goes for the gap and spins a few cars around, including himself, and that's going to leave a panic in the mid-pack. And well, it's Kirill who's got a big jump, and Joe is way down the order, 28th place, 26th place. Something like that. So a massively poor start for Joe Holmes. We've got 4 wide in the background here. 5 wide, in fact, as we've got cars off the road.
And I see the champ, TJ. He's still riding up in the top 5 and 4th right now, battling with young Tommy B for 3rd.
Yeah, an enormous amount of cars heading around to the final hairpin to complete lap number 1. And they're 3 wide all the way back as Kirill exits the final corner and hits the home straight for the second time in race number 1. Absolutely chaotic start. We've got Master who's spinning somewhere at the back as well. At the front. As Wujek hits the pit lane first for SRP.
Yeah, a mad dash to the pit lane for a lot of cars, it would seem. And yeah, Krill has gotten away up front. He's got a gap on Rayman. And there's a gap back to third place. TJ.
Yeah, TJ in third place, trying to catch up to the front as we've got someone off. Someone taking an extremely wide line. Young Tommy B there.
No, young Tommy B is a former GTI master.
Well, there we go. That explains why he's here and doing quite well. Remember, tonight, the first race is in the XRG and the second race is in the XFG, so the drivers have to switch caps. And, you know, well, they do get a warm-up. They do get 10 minutes of qualifying after this, but no one will care about that right now. They just need to survive this race and score as many points as possible. Look at all the cars going over the jump. That's fantastic.
Right, this pack is really tightening up here.
Yeah, more cars spinning at the final corner. We've got Pekka Koivunen having a drama as someone else heads into the pit lane. I think it was Joe Holmes. Yeah, there he is. Well, he's not there. That's a wall. But anyway, he's going into the pit lane. Behind there, as Brill leads with a small margin over Rayman.
Yeah, Rayman, I think he was right there a few laps ago or a couple turns ago, and I think he'll make it back as we go on board with young Tommy B.
Interesting line.
Chasing down TJ.
Yeah, I'm not sure really whether the wide line onto the grass was particularly effective there, but anyway, he opted to go for it anyway, and trying to take that third place away from TJ, but they're both being caught a little bit by Zanka, so they need to watch out. Oh, as TJ almost, well, gets the car at a bit of a roll there.
Good hammer.
Yeah. Well, they're coming up the hill for the fourth time.
Can young Tommy B use the draft here, do you think, Pete, or is he too far back?
Way too far back, unfortunately. It's such a short straight, and the XRG is not particularly powerful, but you can't really get past with the slipstream unless you get a really amazing exit from the final corner. But he's sticking close to the back of TJ here. But you know, TJ is super quick and consistent, and it's not easy to get around here unless you just go for one on the brakes.
No, he is the 5-time champion, guys. He's just an amazing driver, and yeah, he's hard to beat once he gets going.
Yeah, and Grzanska has caught up to the back of these guys, but as we talk about it, young Tommy B did go for the move and moves up into P3. So the move was made.
Yep, suddenly a 3-car battle here for third with, now young Tommy B leading him. TJ in second and Grzanka right there. Waiting to capitalize on any mistake anybody's going to make here.
We've got a fight at the back. We've got Yarrick Attila, well, actually chasing down Master and Firestarter at the final corner. And who's that going into the pit lane? That's our guy, I think, or Doctor. Doctor into the pit lane to do a drive-through penalty, serving a drive-through penalty.
Keeping an eye on this battle here between young Tommy B, TJ, and Grzanka. Seeing if anybody's making a gain. It's hard to tell right now. Running around in 5th right now is Twin Can, followed by Gotini in 6th or 7th.
We've got Unite on Adam further back as well. This is for P17. Sidus versus TC Racing. And Unite trying to go up the inside of Adam at the final corner. They're going to be, well, are they going to be side by side across start finish?
No, I think they're going to go a little door-to-door racing here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Adam leads just about. Unite's still poking his nose on the inside.
Yep, they're trying to position their cars, I guess, for the next turn, right, Pete? And yeah, Unite's going to take it here.
Yeah, he's done the move. So that slipstream you were talking about before, that could be really useful for Adam right now, as we've got Engatini battling with Twin Cam for P6 at the moment. Engatini trying to get past in the second sector. Twin Cam tight line. And has a decent.
Yeah, I think he'll
decent
lead
exit.
him for this next lap, right? I mean,
yeah,
darn, they're just trying to get to Grzanka too, and
none of the top 13 drivers have set a pit stop, as we've got Firestarter and Master side by side coming up to the final jump. There they go. Oh, and contact with Rocket as well. Rocket forced wide, and those two managed to get through. And now Firestarter trying to get.
yeah,
well, actually, yeah. Oh, and Adam's leaving
I've
the
noticed
pits.
Joe Holmes still back in 13th place in this race. Yeah, after his incident on the opening lap, I mean.
Yeah, he's climbing up the order. I think the problem there is just that this race is far too small. So how much time he can make up is remains to be seen. As Firestarter also elects to do this wide line into the second Rallycross section. That hasn't helped him at all. Adam's managed to pull open a bit of a gap. It doesn't seem to be particularly effective.
You know, clearly people are trying different stuff here, and it's whether it works, I have no idea. I've never seen that wide line run before, right, Pete?
I mean, we've only ever done this track on our broadcast once, and that's today. So this is the first time we're ever seeing it. Well, it's the first time I'm ever seeing it from a commentator's perspective. So it's good to see new things and people experimenting. As we watch our guy, who's currently in 29th, trying to catch up to Hermani and Rid. We've got Hachiroku in the pit lane. Here's Magic, who's coming through turn 2.
Magic's got Yarvanpaw not far behind.
Yeah, Yarvanpaw's already been through the pit lane, so pit stop done for him. And
Doctor not far behind Yarvanpaw, I see, and Doctor already had. No, that is Doctor in 31st, sorry.
Yeah, closely followed by Joa for the MRT team. As Rayman goes into the pit lane, the first of our lead drivers into the pits, as well as Twin Cam. So both of the Born to Race drivers at the top of the grid hitting the pit lane for their mandatory stop. They don't have to do any work, Fraz, is that right? They just have to go into the pit lane, stop and go?
No, they just got to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see now we've got Gotini in 5th, Tasca now runs 6th, Fanatic in 7th, Rayman battling with Conan for 9th or 8th. It's Dawn now 10th. Yep, I think we got battles all over the track. Rayman or Twin Cam and Dawn going here.
Rid has had a spin at the back. He's just recovering at turn 2 and continues on his way, but he's going to get passed by one of the MRT drivers. That's Joa going through. And let's get an update on the drivers who have made their stops. Everyone down to Rayman has yet to stop. Joe Holmes has stopped in P13 there, so he has to he has to catch up to Rayman if he wants any chance of getting a podium in this one. It's nice to see a big turnout for a Rallycross track, Fraz.
Oh yeah, we really didn't know what to expect this week, because like you say, I don't even think I've ever seen this track.
Well, it's a seldom used configuration. As Asker goes for a switchback on Stiefler, and behind Stiefler,
that's happening right in front of Wujek too. Yeah. So 3-car battle here, really.
Yeah, Asker released a little bit. That was a great switchback. He's made very effective use of the overspeed he got from that. As Stiefler goes a little bit wide, and slows himself down, we might have a run. Oh yeah, in
we are
fact, there's a
thinking
crash.
about it, I think.
Yeah, there was an incident there. So Stiefler backwards at the end of the straight, and we're coming. Well, actually, we're over halfway through the race now. Halfway through race 1. So drivers who are making errors like this, it really is going to be tough to gain any of those places back in such a short race. Twin Cam goes in the pit lane and picks up a drive-through penalty for us. It's sorry, he's serving a drive-through. He had a drive-through already from his pit stop, and now he has to serve it. So losing a ton of places, drops back behind Joe and Nico. It could be the pit exit because it's not clear where that boundary is. It's very unclear whether where you have to start speeding up, because there is no painted line on the road in this config.
Again, Unite using that really wide line again. I think Unite would have a good idea of what he's doing out here, so it's interesting.
Joe Holmes has had a spin. He's currently sideways at the first jump, and that is going to cost him even more time. Twin Cam gets past, so too does Nico Pantola. Unite, sorry, and yeah, Joe not having a good race at the moment at all. As Fnatic comes into the pit lane from P7 and will try and find his way to the pit box. And Fnatic leaves the pit lane. Oh, he sped up quite early there, but he was fine. He got out of the pit lane in plenty of time as Joe Holmes swings past.
Joe Holmes just goes by, I believe, right?
Yeah, big commitment from Joe to try and get past.
Joe now in 13th. Fnatic runs 14th.
We've got a huge gaggle around Rid here. So we've got cars all the way up to 29th. Joa and Nacho for the MRT team, leading a trail of cars all the way back to Denialator in last place currently. All these cars in screen.
I do think that's the beauty of these races, though. We're willing to let, as long as you're fair and a safe driver, you'll probably get to race against somebody today.
Yeah, that's the good thing about weekly pickup races, is that there's always somebody to race. And with 40 cars around such a short lap, we're doing 1 minute 10 second laps here. There's always going to be somebody around your pace to battle with. You're always going to be seeing a car. It's going to be very rare that you're on your own. So pretty frantic for a GTI Thursday race, but we love it. Let's see how Rocket's getting on in his fight with Martin Bezos. Bit of contact,
Rocket, one of our, really respected drivers for around in our leagues.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time and a dedicated member of the community, I would say. As Raijo is being caught by Zhao. Nacho had an incident over start finish where he hit the near side Armco. Bit unusual. Looked like a hardware problem. As we've got Joe catching back up to Twin Cam and going for the move out of the final corner up to start finish. The inside, side by side over start finish. Joe will have the line into turn 1. But can Twin Cam defend it? No, he's on the brakes. Yeah, that's Joe through.
I think Twin Cam, he's going to lead him out here onto the dirt. And yeah, I don't know what Twin can do here with it.
Now, in another fight that's brewing is Don versus, I think that's Joanne or Koan. I'm not sure how we're pronouncing that one. But into the second Rallycross section, we have a fight on our hands.
Yeah, two newer drivers, I believe, Don and Koan, and but again, it just seems so hard to pass in here. You're really making waiting for the car in front of you to just make a little bit of a mistake, and maybe he has now.
Yeah, a tardy exit from the final corner, as we've got 3 wide almost in the background. We've got Joa with Rejo and Rid. And side-by-side action between Bezos and Nacho ends in a spin and also a crash with who was that? Who in the white and pink car? Was that one of our race leaders? I think it might have been. I think it might have been Young Tommy B. In fact, yeah, our race leader coming into contact with a spinning back marker. Didn't quite catch it as it happened, but there we go. He still has a pretty big margin over Krill, but that won't have helped. That wouldn't have been comfortable.
TJ right there, keeping the pressure on Krill. TJ in second. As we go on board, getting all the views.
Making good use of the camera angles. Here. Yeah, and Engatini still in 3rd place in this race on our timing tower. Although Young Tommy B goes to the pit lane and comes out again in P4. So an absolutely mega opening to his race. Pits on lap 15, comes out of the pits into P4. So he's definitely got the pace today. You mentioned he's a former GTI master. He joins quite a short list of GTI masters for us.
Oh yeah, I don't think we've had. I think there might 8 of them.
Oh, Rocket has crashed. Rocket's gone off. He's in the wall. So he's had an incident with somebody. Sorry, you were talking about the GTI Masters.
Yeah, I think we have 2 of them each year, and I think it might be the 4th year we've been doing this.
Look at this squabble going on here. We're watching Joe Holmes.
We've got Fanatic on the inside.
Yeah, it turns into the outside for the hairpin. Someone going wide there. Was that
Twin Cam and Joe right there.
Going wide. Yeah, everybody's arrived on the scene at once. Twin Cam, after serving a drive-through penalty, finds himself in 8th place.
And that's Pekka right in front. Pekka into the pits.
Yeah, it's going to the pit lane as Fnatic hits the pit wall. So he comes to a complete dead stop at the final corner. Oh no.
So now we're going back onto with Twin Cam. He's now got Joe Holmes right in pursuit. Not a great place to be with Joe on your rear bumper. Yeah,
but fair play to Joe. He's made up an enormous amount of places after losing out at the beginning of the race. He's back up to P8. Twin Cam back up to P7 with his drive-through. So yeah, they've both done pretty well, to be fair, and they're both taking that interesting wide line.
They're both on that wide line.
Yeah. Theoretically, you can carry more speed, but some people. Oh, TJ's out of the race. Something's happened to TJ, but he's gone. He ended up somewhere he shouldn't have been. He's out of the race, so he's gone over a fence somewhere. Unfortunately.
So the champ out again. Now a big shake-up in the point standings.
Oh yeah, he's leading the championship standings as Joe Holmes gets a good exit out of the final corner. Let's see what he can manage as we start to wrap up this race. Oh, TJ's timing out of the server, so that probably explains. Yeah, he's timed out of the server, so it was probably a network issue rather than him taking to the trees. As we keep an eye on these two. Don heads to the pit lane for a late pit stop. And Cohen's doing a drive-through that he picked up for during his stop. But Twin Cam and Joe Holmes going at it, enjoying some side-by-side action. And Joe's going to the outside. It's an unusual line to take.
That twin on the inside. Now he's protecting. Let's see what happens if they both are going to come out with different lines here.
Yeah, but it seems it didn't really help. Twin Cam's still able to carry the speed, though Joe does have the cutback. So ultimately, maybe it did help slightly.
We're going door to door here for a bit, anyway. So that's just car positioning here.
Yeah, great stuff. Oh, big slam down onto the ground for Joe as he takes to the inside and forces Twin Cam wide, pushing his rear quarter panel. Twin Cam didn't have anywhere to go. There was another car on his outside. Maybe the view was foreshortened, but it looked like Twin Cam was trying to kind of hold his line and not drift wide into another car, but Joe was insisting on taking the line for himself. But we're 2 laps to go after this one.
I think Joe backed off a bit, and now it's the re-attack on Twin again.
Yeah, relentless is how I describe this.
Oh, this cannot be fun when, Joe Holmes, he's got to be one of the best drivers in LFS right now, and easily, maybe the best in GTI.
Yeah, just super experienced, super quick in pretty much anything he tries. Maybe a bit of a rusty start to the race, though, with his incident that he had at the first corner, but can happen to anybody. But he's made it all the way back up to P7.
Unite now right behind these guys.
Yeah, well,
joining this battle.
Lost a lot of time as we've got Tazka in the pit lane from P5. Oh, and Joe's managed to get past Twin Cam at the final corner. We're going to see the order has changed. And Unite also through as we head up the hill.
So we are going to hit lap, what is it, the last lap now?
We have the penultimate lap.
Lap 20.
Yeah. 1.5 to go to finish out race 1. Remember, there are 2 races tonight. We're going to have a 10-minute qualifying session. It's open qualifying, and it's going to be in the XFG. The drivers are going to have to get used to the XFG again. And we are going to change cars for the second 21-lap race. TJ's PC has frozen, and that's why he lost connection from the server, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference here in the second race will be going to a front-wheel drive car now. Next is Gotini in.
Yeah, let's see where he comes out. Where's Krill? Krill is coming up the hill. Rayman is just exiting the final corner. So Gotini's going to come out in P3. Oh, yes, P3. As Unite goes to the pit lane.
So it looks like young Tommy B is going to lead. Krill in second. Gotini now third. It's Rayman running fourth out there. And Joe Holmes is up to fifth, guys.
Yeah, that's outrageous. There is a couple of corners between young Tommy B and Joe Holmes, but Joe Holmes was down to, 28th place after turn 1? And in 20 laps has climbed up the order to P5 in a packed Rallycross configuration. That's unbelievable. Final corner for young Tommy B though, Fraz. And for the first time, why don't you take the cars to the line?
Okay, and young Tommy B successfully around that final turn, putting the power down. As the lap car is going to get out of the way. Young Tommy B for the win, guys. Yeah, there's Krill in second. Gotini third. Rayman fourth.
Yeah, there's still a fight going on at the final corner. We've got a whole bunch of cars in a battle. We've got Wooyak, RD2, and Unite. Wooyak and RD2, I thought we were going to end up side by side. Unite's going to take a position at the line here. He's going all the way to the grass, is he? No, RD2 gets it.
No, it didn't work out for him.
It was close, though. Also close between Hermani and Yarvenpa, side by side across the line. I think there was a lapping involved, though, as Unite rolls down the hill. But yeah, what a race from young Tommy B there. As we've got more drivers finishing. Doctor coming up the hill with Cops and Rid. And I think we've got Showa, Yari Katilla, and one more car to finish. Annihilator will be our final car. And that will conclude race 1. Fraz, how was it being in the commentary position for your first race on Sim Broadcast?
Well, I thought that was a pretty exciting race for the first call. I mean, darn, things are happening out there, and it's just, laps are going by so fast. Oh, just awesome, guys.
Cool stuff. Right, well, we've completed one race. Let's do the results as they are. Young Tommy B in 24 minutes and 51 seconds wins ahead of Krill and Ngatini, with Rayman, Joe Holmes, Twincam, Tazka, Fnatic, Aska, and Wuyek making up the top 10. And well, I don't quite know or don't quite understand how Joe Holmes managed to do that, but he only finished 18 seconds off the lead after being well into the bottom half of the grid after the first corner. Then it was RD2 for Race Green, Unite for Sidus, Grzanka, Javempar Motorsport, Don, Master, Adam, Firestarter, Koivunen, and Koan in 20th there. And then we do have a second page. We've got Magic, Argai, Doctor, Caps911, Rid, Joa, Stiefler, Martin Bezos, Raijo, and Nacho, the top 30. And then 5 finishers remaining. We had Hermani, Rocket, Yarigitilla, Samantha, and Denialator, the 35 classified finishers, with TJ a DNF, unfortunately losing connection to the server. Hachiroku went out early, and then we had Vinzu with Chameleon, 39th on that table. Praz, we are into now a little bit of a pause before we do a 10-minute qualifying session, which will set the grid order in some XFGs now for race number 2, which is going to be another 21-lap race with a mandatory pit stop. It's going to start at about 8:45 UTC, but let's enjoy some qualifying with the drivers on their outlap.
I see TJ has reconnected to the server, so fingers crossed that his connection lasts.
Yeah, so we've got some cars doing some fairly aggressive tyre warming out on track, trying to get temperature in their tyres before they lay down their first timed lap in the session. So yeah, we have switched cars. We're going to be using the second car on our list, the top one, the XFG, the front-wheel drive configuration of the demo cars. 1.3 litre inline 4 front-engined front-wheel drive car. Probably the car that pretty much everybody associates with Live for Speed. It was the first car in the demo and has been a staple of Live for Speed for well over 20 years. So we are in a qualifying session. We have a 10-minute qualifying session to take us to the start of race 2 for 21 laps with the XFG. Tazka, they're having a pretty bad time of it into turn 1. And thanks for joining us. Joining us for the first time tonight in the commentary booth, it's Dave Fraser, but you know him as Fraz. Enjoying himself and calling action. I mean, Fraz, you've spent years and years commentating essentially the races in the Fragmaster's Discord server. I imagine that they miss you quite a bit in there now.
I don't know if I'd call what I do as commentating, Pete.
It kind of is.
Definitely not on the level of you guys, but
well, I don't know.
Yeah, we try to have fun there.
Talk the viewers through what it is you normally do. I know a lot of the viewers probably are have competed in 1 or 2 Fragmasters events, but generally you sit in there and you watch the race and you update everybody on what what's the action on track. So you are commentating in your own unique style.
I am looking around, trying to give updates to people, and yeah, just having a lot of fun, giving top 10 lists, seeing the action, and like you say, trying to describe it to the other people who might out there, but it's pretty light in our Discord, and yeah, you guys are so much better.
It's a different thing, though. It's a different audience. I mean, we've got chat messages coming in for you that say they miss you, so you're pleasing one audience, but you're upsetting another. I don't know how that makes you feel, but there we go.
Oh, it's awesome. My audience is they can't go anywhere. It's the difference.
They're trapped, exactly. I mean, they can tune into the broadcast and hear you essentially doing the same thing. It's just they have to listen to me as well, unfortunately.
So many people do have them both opened, and
there we go.
And we all know everyone will be excited to watch the live stream replay tonight. I know that.
Yeah, young Tommy B has gone from getting pole in the XRG to getting pole provisionally in the XFG by 1.1 seconds. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, with Joe Holmes in the field, I don't know if we'll ever say that again this year, right? But I'm sure Joe's going to close it up.
Well, you'd think that someone would close it up. Let's see if it is Joe. He's coming up to the line. Actually, no, this is an out lap. Joe pitted and is going to do another lap now. So let's see what you can manage. Let's ride on board and see what a Joe Holmes lap around here in the XFG looks like. Takes a chunk of curb through turn 1. Nice entry into turn 2. Won't be any drama from this point onwards. I don't even think you have to lift until you get to the top of the hill. Joe was going to run it all the way out, sticking onto the tarmac. It is quicker to stay on the tarmac there, and probably in this car you won't see as many drivers going onto the grass, but a little bit late on the brakes there for Joe. Not able to get the apex maybe as he wanted, although who am I to argue, as he heads into the 180-degree right hand hairpin here over the first sort of major jump that we have on this track, although not as much of an event in the XFG, but this is definitely a jump, and it's going to unsettle the car hugely on the landing. Go brake before the landing to make the car more stable as it went over.
Is that TJ right in front of him too?
It is. So what's TJ going to do? Is he going to improve? TJ doesn't improve. Does Joe improve? Joe does improve, but only up to P3, 9/10 of a second. The deficit to young Tommy B, and young Tommy B out of the pit lane.
That car upset the Joe, I'd say, that was little. 4 minutes left.
Yeah, the timer soon goes away, doesn't it? We've got 39 cars that have set a time already. I think a couple more yet to set time. So another absolutely packed session here. This is a fantastic turnout on a Thursday evening for round number 4 of GTI Thursday. And lots of viewers on the stream as well. So thank you everybody for tuning in. As we see Wujek coming up to the line. What's he going to do? Currently in P8. And no improvement on that lap in terms of position. Whisper, yeah, go. Yes. Wujek is pushed down to P9 there. And young Tommy B is... young Tommy B, if we watch him, it would appear as though he's taking a bit of a run-up to start his lap. So he's going right to the wall before he starts his lap. So that's possibly why he's gaining so much. As we've got a car scraping its way through the first corner, I could hear on its roof. And Koan is the other side of the wall, so he's gone out of the circuit. As we continue to watch young Tommy B catching up to the back of another car. Not what you want. It's Jari Katilla, but Jari doesn't have to get out of the way. He has absolutely no obligation to get out of the way. But that would have cost him time, so don't expect an improvement on this lap from young Tommy B. Personally, it's been a while since I've seen young Tommy B on a broadcast. Good to see him. Clearly on form. As we have 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the session. And here we go. You can see that he's bailed on that run and is going to get as close as he can to the wall. He's going to find the gap and then have a bit of overspeed as he heads over turn 1. Tommy B has some clear air now. Try and improve on his already pretty great lap time. Master has managed to put it into P2. It's currently Joe Holmes Unite in P3 and Joe Holmes in P4.
it'll be harder out there to find, your open space to lay down a really good lap time now. It's only a minute left.
Well, other drivers are starting to clock onto this technique now. Unite going all the way to the wall. He's going to probably... Oh, no, he hasn't reversed it. He's just going to go for it. He's cost himself a little bit of time there. But yeah, the drivers who are coming onto... Oh, in fact, Unite's bailed. He's bailed on that attempt. Everyone who's on the lap now, this is probably their last time to get across start-finish for a final attempt in the session. As we see Doctor for Road Appraiser coming to the line to P29. Pretty low down for him, Fraz.
Yeah, Doctor, pretty steady driver here, but again, I don't know if he knows anything about flying. But yeah, again, Road Appraiser, solid team. Everybody in the team is a really good driver.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see if he can improve on his final lap. He will not get in another time. The clock ticks down to 0. 5 seconds to go. And there we go. We're at 0 now.
Joe Holmes up to second.
Yeah, 0.4 of a second. He's also going to get one final timed lap as well. He's just hit the hit turn 1. This is his last attempt. I wonder if he knows.
Looks like he's got Magic in front of him. So pretty good guy to have in front of you right about now to lay down your final try. I see my teammates struggling today. Back in 21st.
Yeah, here is Fnatic. Again, yeah, you're right. Unusual to see Fnatic so far down, but let's see if he can improve on his final run. A lot of the drivers they won't necessarily sandbag, but they'll, come into traffic. There are so many drivers on the track at the moment. We've got 39 runners.
Any car is capable of making a mistake in front of you while you're on this. While you're trying to put down a good lap.
Across the line for Fnatic, and it's 19th, so it is an improvement into the top 20, but not enough. We'll give everybody a few more seconds to come across start finish.
Here comes Joe Holmes.
Before we call it. Yeah.
Oh no,
he's bailed. So that's it. He won't improve, and everybody has now completed their qualifying session for us.
So it's young Tommy B on pole. Again, this.
Yeah, good effort. To switch mentality from rear-wheel drive, plenty of sliding to the front-wheel drive configuration, a completely different car, completely different driving style on Rallycross. A loose surface, that is impressive to be able to just switch that mindset and perform immediately. He did use the technique of extending the run to the start-finish line, but if you're allowed to do it in the rules, then it is there to be utilised. Young Tommy B gets pole position for race number 2 ahead of Joe Holmes, master for Sim Racing Polska. Then it's Unite for Sidus in P4, NRG Rid, Krill, Road Appraisers TJ and Ricardo, Engatini and Race Green Magic there in P10. Then we've got Pekka Koivunen, Jarven Parr, Twincam, Rayman, Martin Bezos, Wujek, Xanka, Argai, Fnatic, and Joa, your top 20. Then over on the second screen, we've got Caps 911, Asker, Firestarter, Tazka, RD2, Rejo, Don, Adam, Stiefler, Doctor, your top 30, Nacho, Samantha, Chameleon, Kirku 87, Koan, Hermani, Rocket, Yarikatilla, and Denialator are the 39 runners today for race 2. A fantastic turnout, Fraz. Like you said, you didn't really know what you were going to get in Rallycross in terms of turnout, but it looks like no need to worry. You have pretty much a full grid.
Oh yeah, and as you look down, the times are all really tight. I mean, 3 to 4, 2, 3, 4 are right there in seconds. Young Tommy B though with an amazing lap. I mean, the grid is going to be so tight here on the opening lap. Let's just fingers crossed that it goes clean.
Yeah,
I don't think it can. Do you, Pete?
No. If race 1 is anything to go by, turn 1 on our broadcast so far this year have been a little bit hit and miss, as so many of you will know. But hopefully the drivers are a little bit more practiced now. They've done one race start for real, and they're going to do another one in a minute. So hopefully they hopefully they've had some practice and will take it a little bit more easily into turn 1. I don't expect them to, Fraz. I expect it to be
I
carnage.
do not expect that to happen, Pete. I mean, we're
I
going to
live in
have
dreamland,
5 wide in the
apparently.
back.
Yeah. Well, the drivers are doing a warm-up. They've got 132 seconds left on their little timer that the team put together in the server for them to kind of see what's going on. So let's pick up on a few drivers and talk about them. We've got Magic, who normally streams his perspective for the viewers. You can see there his YouTube channel actually on his dashboard. So yeah, he's always recording his perspective for these races. You can check him out on YouTube.
Well, it's Magic. He's the main admin, guys, here. I admin here, and yeah, we got Fanatic, but yeah, it doesn't happen without Magic.
Yeah, worth mentioning that there is a team of people involved in obviously running the Fragmaster events, and rather ironically, it's one of the race screen drivers that organises most of FM GTI Thursday.
Yeah, that is.
But spreading the love, you know.
He is, like I say, we couldn't do it without Magic. He's the main man.
One minute to go. Still race number 2.
Are we on board here with Pekka? No.
That was Pekka Koivunen, I think. No, it was Firestarter. My mistake. Oh no, it was Pekka Koivunen. Yeah, we've got Oscar here doing some warm-up.
Another solid driver. You see him all over your broadcast channels. I mean, yeah, just a solid driver in every car he seems to try. I mean, people should notice that we're a pretty small community in LFS. That yeah, you'll notice the same drivers at a lot of different events, and each one a little different, and yeah, you know, different drivers still at each event too.
Yeah, there is an element of randomness to the performance, though. Sometimes you see drivers performing very well in a certain class of car, and maybe not so much in another class of car. But anyway, here we go. Start of race number 2. Fraz, do you want to do it again?
So we've got young Tommy B on pole. Remember, sitting right beside him is Joe Holmes. Oh, it's a full grid. This is going to be a spectacular T1. And there we go.
Yeah, green flag as they all run down to the first corner. It's young Tommy B with a great start ahead of the field. And look at the amount of cars that are going to stream through your view
Coming
now.
down that hill. Oh, we got her off. That's Fanatic off.
Fanatic, yeah. So, as predicted, it wasn't the cleanest start once again. We've got, who's that, Tazka off as well.
Oh, and it's Joe Holmes right there on young Tommy B's rear bumper.
Yeah, much better start for Joe Holmes this time, and immediately goes for the lunge into turn 1. He knows that if he can't get into the lead on the opening lap, young Tommy B is going to just run away with it, and he's on the inside. He is through initially, but young Tommy B is going to try and get back as soon as possible, surely, Fraz, as we end the first lap.
And it's Unite there, right in third, followed by Master. TJ not far back. Oh yeah, young Tommy B keeping the pressure on Joe.
Yeah, and some contact further back actually. Master there, very, very, very wide. But young Tommy B is all over the rear end of Joe, and they've already pulled an enormous gap over the field as they all head over start-finish. Look at the amount of cars going into the pit lane in the background as well. Everybody's going to the pit lane at the back. So many cars, barely anyone going across start-finish. And it's Joe Holmes who leads race 2 at the moment ahead of young Tommy B. TJ there in P3 with Unite right alongside him. In fact, TJ's had trouble. He's dropping down the order. Oh, he's timing out. Yeah, he's timing out. Unfortunately, Fraz, another probably DNF for TJ.
A terrible weekend for TJ, and that'll take him right out of this championship. I mean, damn.
Yeah, not the ideal start for him, and not the ideal finish to GTI Masters. month of Masters for him either. But the top two streak past your view. It's Unite in P3, and now Kirill side by side with Master for SRP. And he's in the lead just, but Master's trying to push him round. We've got Ricardo and Ingatini behind as well.
Twinkamp can't be far behind either. He's right there. I think back in the dust, we could find Magic and Yarvanpaw.
Yeah, Magic to the pit lane.
Rayman.
And the two B2R drivers, Twincam and Rayman, staying out, but Twincam now trying to line up the back of Ricardo for Road Appraiser as they come down the hill.
In front of them is Gotini. Well, just a great view with this overhead.
Yeah, we like our overhead cameras. Get an overview of the track. Often you can see a bit more of the action. These low-down cameras don't always give you the perspective you want. Someone is trying the wide line. That was Unite, who was trying something different. I don't think that's worked for him at all.
Well,
I think that's slowed him down.
He tried it both in the opening lap, didn't he? Or opening race? And still not sure what he wants to do. It's Joe Holmes.
It's all one big experiment. As Joe Holmes, he leads ahead of young Tommy B. And this is just fascinating to watch these two going at it. They've already opened up a 2-second gap over Unite. And if you know how fast Unite is on his day, you know how big that gap is. That is another league currently. There's a lot of fighting around Wuyek as they go over the final jump here. Yeah, an enormous amount of cars following through. It's so good to see big pack racing in Rallycross. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell who's where right now. I mean, darn, it's just Wuyek, Chameleon, Kirill, Master, they're all on screen. It's all just going down so fast.
Yeah, well, that's what you get in sprint racing, fast-paced action. It's kind of difficult to keep up sometimes, but Kirill is trying to get past Master for P3 in this race now. And he has Ingatini and Twincam behind, as well as Ricardo and Rayman. Everyone there inside the top 10, all really, really close together. And it's anyone's game further down. But at the moment, it looks like Joe Holmes has one hand on this race. He is half a second up the road from young Tommy B. He did have a couple of unforced errors in race 1, though, so not over yet for sure. There they are, top of the screen, flashing through.
Just saw them. And yeah, young Tommy B is going to be there the whole race at least. He's going to keep the pressure on, I'm sure.
As the cars move through this iconic piece of Live for Speed, these couple of corners have changed guys over the years. It's gone through a few reprofilings. Rallycross has gone through quite a few reprofilings, especially this section over the years. But it's been in this configuration for quite a while. I don't think it will change all that much in the future as we watch the whole field.
Right. You can really get the feel of what's happening out here right in this view. I mean, the grip is there, and you're drifting a bit, you're getting the power down.
Yeah, it's such an iconic track.
We're going to start lap 6 already.
We are indeed.
And Joe Holmes leads.
He does. Oh, the drivers take so much of that curb into turn 1.
You can see young Tommy B is going to be relentless the whole race.
Oh yeah, he's going to make Joe work for it, and somebody should. He can't get away with it that easily. He's already had to work for his supper in race 1. Finished in P5, and now he's going to try and get the win in race 2 by leading it from the front for as much as possible.
Right,
you've still got
with
the pit lane.
TJ out, I believe right now Joe's would be the GTI Masters champ for the month or for the year.
Pekka Koivunen and Magic's 3 wide. In fact, there's somebody else in that battle. That's Samantha as well. But it's Magic and Pekka Koivunen who are now nose to tail through the 180-degree right-hander, with Samantha trying to get a nose in on Pekka. Bails out of it, probably wise. Oh, and Magic has 2 jumps there.
That was a hard hit by Magic there.
Yeah, you can see how uncomfortable the car is on landing.
Oh yeah, the difference between the weight difference and everything. I mean, from the XRG to this car is just the transition must be, a little harder than people might think.
Yeah, definitely. The car is also a lot shorter. It's got a much shorter wheelbase, so that's going to affect it a lot on the landing, and also with the amount of angle you can get. Not to mention that one is front-wheel drive and the other is rear-wheel drive. Switching mentalities like that is a skill in its own. Let's see if Koivunen goes for the move. He does. He goes late, and he's going to force Magic a little bit wide, but the wide line helps you a little bit on Rallycross. But Pekka Koivunen does have the outside line for the next corner, and Magic the inside. But that was a late dive. Magic will...
Oh yeah, but that nice fair driving here, I mean... Yeah, 2 really solid drivers between Pekka and Magic.
Hyrule hits the pit lane. He's in his pit stop.
Well, I think he pitted from 8th. Let's see where he comes out. Doctor now into 8th.
Yeah, he rejoins in 12th place.
Back out in 12th.
Yeah. And young Tommy B is not letting Joe Holmes out of his sight. The gap went up to about half a second, but it hasn't been that big since we last talked about it. As Joe has a different line to young Tommy B through these corners. So all the drivers not really sure what works best. Everyone experimenting. Like we said, we don't normally see our usual crop of drivers doing Rallycross. This is new for everybody, or at least it's been a few years.
That looked like a solid last hit or jump there.
So smooth. I think the trick is that these drivers are getting on the brakes before the jump, taking less speed over the jump, so that the car is more stable on the landing. I think that's why Magic had so much trouble on the second bounce that he had. As young Tommy B, Joe is so late on the brakes, friends. He's so late on the brakes.
The thing is, Unite's not far behind us two. We know Unite, he can put it together too. I mean, yes, all in attack mode here. And Joe Holmes doing everything he can to hold off young Tommy B here.
Is it an unfair stereotype to say that Nico should be good at this, given his nationality?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I've said it, so.
Oh, I don't think Unite's going to be offended or anything, Pete. But yeah, I do know Unite does like likes going fast in this car.
Yeah, Unite is a Finnish driver. For those of you who didn't know. Currently P3 and has the fastest lap of the race, so he's got something right. And well, can he close up to the back of the two in the lead? The only way he's going to do that is if young Tommy B.
Right, if young Tommy B can just keep the pressure on on Joe, maybe one of them at least try to make Joe to get a mistake or.
Cam re-emerges in P12, so that means that Doctor has been promoted up a few places. He's up to P7 now, so a good pit stop for him.
Twin Cam, another driver who does do a little rally crossing.
Yeah, it's one of the world-class Lions drivers, Jari Katila, getting out of the way of the leaders here as Engatini and Stiefler go side by side into the second Rallycross section. And a huge amount of cars following them through as well. Hyrule is there, Twin Cam is there, as well as Pekka Koivunen lurking in the background. So a big group of cars here that could change order pretty quickly.
Right, it depends on how smooth they are over that jump like we've been noticing. And how quickly they can then get to power down. But yeah, Doc Don is going to lead them through again. So now it's a battle on between, looks like Stiefla, Twin, and Brill.
Yeah, the two teammates going at it, side by side.
Echo right there again. Again, not far behind is Magic.
Yeah, 3 wide. Magic and Pekka Koivunen going spinning, synchronized, and then they rejoin side by side again. You can't rub
Looked like
doors
Krill
in this
getting
car.
by Stiefla there, up to 11.
Yeah, good call. Missed it on the cameras, but Krill up to P11. And Joe Holmes is 0.6 of a second now ahead of YTB. Mr. Young Tommy B has gained a bit of time. And Joe now has to hope that the back markers he's following are courteous and allow him plenty of room, because he doesn't want to lose that advantage, because young Tommy B doesn't need a second invitation to go for a move.
It's like a big gap back now to third place Master. A Rocket gets out of the way. And looks like more clean track for the leaders.
Yeah, look at the timing tower for us. We've got Unite's made a stop, the first of the top 6. The top 5 haven't stopped, and then it's Twin Cam and P10 who's the next driver. So that's what everyone's aiming for. Remember that Unite was catching up to the back of Joe Holmes and young Tommy B. So that'll be interesting if he can make up time, as we've got Engatini here with Don and Twin Cam.
I believe before the race, I checked the top 10 list here, or the top list. I was surprised to see Gotini, posting one of the faster times. So yeah, a solid drive from Gotini. Twin Cam gonna put the pressure on. Twin Cam and Krill coming out door to door.
Yeah, Gattini's on. He's lifting already. He's not going to go for the move into turn 1. Probably a safe way to do it. As Rayman comes out of the pit, cannot get past his teammate. That was Twin Cam that he comes out behind, but ahead of his. Actually, no, he gets in front
that's
of one.
Rayman now in 11th. That's Stiefla in 12th.
Yeah, he got out ahead
Pekka
of
13.
Stiefla.
Scotini runs. No. He's gonna make his move. No, he thinks different of it, and
yeah, Don doing a good job here at P7. He's leading a large group of cars. A few of them have pitted though.
who makes the dive here, as they're gonna come onto the pavement soon.
Oh, a hard hit for Don, but he gets away with it. And that's Gattini into the pit lane.
Into pits.
Yeah. Up the hill he
So
goes.
we're on. The leader will be starting on lap 15. Oh, sorry, lap 14 still. But young Tommy B still keeping the pressure right on him.
Yeah, he's closed up again, actually. He's closed up again and he's gone for the move. Oh, no, he hasn't. I thought he'd gone for it on the inside, but this is amazing. Joe gets a bit of an advantage, and then young Tommy B out of nowhere comes straight back, as we've got, who's that, Stiefla trying to get past Pekka Koivunen. Oh, no, sorry. Pekka Koivunen just gets past Stiefla, and now Magic fancies go at doing the same thing. Car spinning. It's Don.
Yes, it's go wrong for Don.
Yeah, pirouetting. I love the new dust model in Live for Speed, or at least the colours of the dust in Live for Speed. It looks so good now. It's a good job it doesn't linger for very long, because otherwise no one will be able to see where they were going.
It's a great effect right now.
Lovely.
It's awesome. I mean, yeah, we just don't see enough rally to appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, we've had plenty of Rallycross events, not particularly well attended, has to be said. Maybe drivers just prefer the pickup kind of vibe rather than a whole series, but we'll see. There's still time. But yeah, the coloured dirt is the changes to the coloured dirt in the speed is a recent addition in the latest patch. As we're watching Joe Holmes, see, look, he's opened up another gap.
You know, and we all know Crossness is well attended.
This rocket goes into the wall. He is currently in 32nd position, and he's going to have to wait to let everybody through.
He's going to have to sit there.
Yeah, as everybody is going to come past. He's going to have to be patient. I made a noise I didn't know I could
that
make.
Did not sound good.
No, that was close. Poor. Pekka Koivunen is going to have a run on Rayman.
Oh, it's a battle up front right now.
Oh, there's a car sideways. Who's that? Who is that in the wall?
That must be another back marker.
Trying to find out who it was. There's Denialator. Yeah, Denialator.
I think for a brief moment we had young Tommy B regain the lead. But again, yes. Joe back in the lead.
Yeah. Don't know if we did. Oh, as young Tommy B is really pushing. Did you see how high the rear of the car went on the second jump there? I don't know if he's trying alternate lines into the final corner, but he's really pushing. That is not going to have done his suspension any good, as we've got an absolute gaggle of cars going through the 180-degree hairpin here. We're watching Yavenpar in the dust somewhere with two world-class Lions drivers on his outside. And who's that in the green machine trying to get through? It's Caps 911 trying to make it 3 wide. Backs out of it as Firestarter leads this little group in P14.
Oh, Magic hits hard. Firestarter will gain a spot? No.
Yeah, our top 3 yet to pit. Doctor also, and Don and Stiefler, the last drivers inside the top 20 who need to make their stops for this race.
So we got to keep our eye on Unite and Ricardo.
Engatini and Grzanka also side by side. Onto the back straight. Let's see what happens. Engatini has the advantage, yeah, and he has the nose ahead as there's Rocket there parked on the side. Not sure why.
Yeah, I think it's more for a safety reason than anything. Long ways from the pits now, and yeah, let's keep it all safe, keep it all going. Enjoy this battle, Gotini.
Yeah, Grzanka goes through the back marker, and who have we got in the pit lane? We've got Rayman. Oh no, sorry, not Rayman. We've got Pekka Koivunen, and Pekka Koivunen in a battle. And Dana's had another spin at start-finish. What an unusual place to have a spin. Mind you, the car is pretty worse for wear.
Right. He hit it pretty hard earlier, but yeah, Don was having a solid race.
Joe's got traffic now, and he's got traffic in a fight. Oh, and he's gone into the back. And that's going to give young Tommy B an advantage on the outside now. So
we
the
got
back
more
markers,
contact.
Yeah, well, he's been lucky there. He's been lucky. Was it 2 Sim Racing Polska drivers fighting with each other? Yes, it was. So 2 SRP drivers, Chameleon and Wujek, affecting Joe's race a little bit there. They were in a fight, so very difficult. And young Tommy B was ahead as they went over the jump, but luckily Joe was able to get it back together. But that could have been a bit different. Young Tommy B could have had the opportunity he'd been waiting for. And with 2.5 laps to go now, it is going to be difficult for young Tommy B to close up and pass.
Right, that gap is looking a little bigger right now, and I don't know if he can get there. We're on lap 19.
Yeah, we know one thing. He's going to try. He's going to try as hard as he can to try and close the gap down, even if it means sacrificing his rear suspension over the final jump. Definitely seems to be More consistent around the first sector of the lap, but for some reason Joe just has the second sector hooked up. Let's see. Yeah, Joe just on the
Again, it'll
brakes.
be the big jump.
Joe gets on the brakes just as the final jump
Oh, we're gonna
ends.
lose Krill, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Lag
He's timing
problems,
out.
maybe.
Yeah, we've got a big battle around Stiefler as well. The action never stops here in GTI Thursday. This is
That's
Stiefler.
Magic leading them. Stiefler.
Yeah, and Yarvempar in there as well. Pekka Koivunen and Rayman side by side across start finish again. I think that's the second time or third time that's happened this race. And yeah, you're right. Joe Holmes 6/10 of a second. Young Tommy B unable at this final dash to the line, unable to close the gap. We've got 1 1/4 laps to go until Joe Holmes can take the win.
Just over 12.5 seconds behind. Can he close the gap before Joe Holmes comes out?
We will see. Joe Holmes into the pit lane, followed closely by young Tommy B, and we will switch the cameras immediately to young Tommy B has to go around the back of a stationary car there. Joe Holmes picking a later pit box, and you're going to see Unite now on the top right of your screen coming up the hill. These two are going to be out clear ahead, I think. Fraz?
Yep.
Oh no!
But hopefully Unite's be carrying more speed.
YTB was
And there he gets by young Tommy B.
Yeah, so close. In fact, young Tommy B drops down to third. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself. He's going to hate that. But fair play to Unite. Pitting early and having to deal with traffic, and manages somehow to come out in P2 out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's just carrying so much speed on that long straight there, and yeah, young Tommy B comes out and he just doesn't have the speed to battle with Unite.
Yeah, well, Joe Holmes has absolutely nailed this race. Had a bit of drama at the start, a bit of drama at the end. Unite drove superbly to go on to an alternate strategy, pitted earlier than pretty much everyone else in the top few drivers. Somehow manages to keep that pace up and comes out, well, half a second. Oh, is that young Tommy B's suspension finally going? Possibly. That looked pretty hard.
Oh, but yeah, Fraz, I think it has.
Fraz, take him to the line.
Oh, and Joe Holmes up the hill, and Joe with the win. Unite in second. Young Tommy B, what a strong drive for, he kept the pressure on Joe the whole race. Master fourth. Oh yeah. And yeah, that will give Joe Holmes the GTI Masters. Cars still finishing all over the place.
Yeah, Tazka's had a spin at the final corner, and less than the least efficient way to get to the finish. Chameleon will be the final car across the line. But another great race, plenty of action to call Fraz. It was a pretty brutal introduction to commentary with us, but I hope you enjoyed it, and we certainly enjoyed having you in the commentary box.
You look at the groups as you go down the list, and you can see how tight the battles were behind everyone, or what they're in. Just a great little event today, I thought. And yeah, congratulations, Joe Holmes, on winning GTI Masters.
Yeah, Joe Holmes has the most points of anybody after 4 rounds of the championship, and that makes him the GTI Master for 2024. Joining how many drivers are in that list? Do you know? I know I've put you on the spot there, but
I couldn't even. I think Mika won the first one. Young Tommy B. Maybe Germalo. Names that you don't even hear that often.
Yeah, Yarmalo, I think that is one. I think we covered. Did we cover that? I think we covered that series where Yarmalo won. So yeah, that rings a bell. But there we go. The results on screen for race 2, and race 2 was 10 seconds faster than race 1. 24 minutes and 41 seconds for Joe that time. and less than 1 second behind Unite, less than 2 seconds behind young Tommy B. And given the amount of drama in that race, that is epic.
Yeah, this is all we want every week. This is B. Yeah, guaranteed, guys. You join GTI Thursday, you will race with a lot of cars on the grid. Just a great little series.
Yeah, you're guaranteed someone to race with. Master finishes that one in P4, 11 seconds back. Then Ricardo, Twincam, Pekka Koivunen, Rayman Firestarter, and Magic in P10. With Yarvenpla in P11, Caps 911, Joa, Grzanka, Gattini, RD2, Rid, Fnatic, Doctor, and Don, your top 20. Over on the second page of results, we've got Stiefler, Tazka, Arguy, Chameleon, Nacho, Wuyek, Hermani, Samantha, Kirku87, and Yari Katilla, the top 30. And the first of our DNFs is Kirill, who's registered ahead of Rocket, who actually finished, but Rocket finished so many laps down that Kirill will be classified ahead of him, which doesn't happen that often, but there you are. That's how it works out. Denialator finished 5 laps off the lead. Martin Bezos, 12 laps. Rejo, 17, with Koan, 17 as well. Asker barely made it out of the starting blocks, and TJ timed out on lap 2. So unfortunately for those guys, they didn't finish, but they will be back, no doubt, for the next few races. It was Unite who got the fastest lap in that one. Joe and young Tommy B were too busy knocking 9 bells out of each other, Fraz, and Unite was
I think
definitely on
if we
pace.
look back, Unite might have even had the fastest lap on the opening race.
I think you could be right. I can't remember, but yeah, Chris and you say you did. So 2 V1, and 2 out of 2 for Nico in terms of fastest laps, but 0 out of 2 for wins, unfortunately, in round number 4. Fraz, I'll let you do a bit of a marketing pitch. And before we get the results of GTI Masters up on the screen, Chris is hurriedly putting those together in the background, provisional, of course. But yeah, give us a marketing pitch for Fragmaster GTI Thursday. If what the viewers just saw on stream wasn't enough for them, tell them why they should turn up next Thursday.
Well, again, pretty confident you will race with a big grid. We make it super easy to join our races. All you need is the Discord channel. You do not need a mic. Getting a set is always an LS. You just join the server and ask anybody. In any series that you join an LFS, that's the key thing, I think. People will just share the best sets to you. And yeah, you're gonna have some great racing. Not a lot of people you might not be even used to racing in such a big field.
Yeah, but there's always someone to fight. And if you are free on a Thursday and you've been watching and you fancy joining, then please do. Because yeah, it's a great series to be part of. We're going to be broadcasting 1 round a month for the rest of the year. Fraz, hopefully you can join us for all of those, because it's been an absolute blast, and I hope you've enjoyed it for your first time. Yeah, it's been a bit different this evening, but definitely a fresh change in the booth, and good to have someone else to commentate with.
Well, yeah, I had a blast myself. Yeah, I just hope everybody, I can improve a bit toward the next race, and yeah, it'll be another great one, because again, it'll be the reverse top 15 in the second race, another split event.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to run split events just for the broadcast, Fraz, or are you going to try and run them for more often? Which combination do people enjoy the most, do you think?
Well, I think they both have their both features. The 60-minute race is just long enough to provide excellent racing to everyone. But yeah, I think for the streams, we like to go with you guys with the action-packed best thing we can do, and that is the split race with the reverse 15 for the second race.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what you should be. That's the marketing pitch from Fraz there, and hopefully that's enough to pique your interest so that you might turn up next time.
Don't forget. I am in our stream, in our events, so yeah, you'd still get a little bit of me there. But yeah, a lot of working with you guys tonight.
Right, well, we've delayed enough. Let's get these things on the screen. We've got the Drivers' Championship standings, so that means we do have the final results of the GTI Masters. These are provisional. The team need to do the workout if these are correct, but we are pretty sure that Joe Holmes will win ahead of TJ, even though he did he DNF both races? Yes, he did.
Both races, so yes, just an unfortunate day for TJ.
And Joe Holmes missed round 2, so both of them missing a round pretty much, even though TJ attended. You would have expected then that TJ would have been able to win quite easily if he'd have if he'd have finished at least one of the races. But Joe, only attending 3 rounds, manages to take victory ahead of TJ, Fnatic and Unite. So yeah, there you go. Those are the results of GTI Masters, the first 4 rounds of the GTI Thursday calendar, which is kind of a thing you've started doing in relatively recent years to determine who is the best GTI driver in a kind of sort of mini championship that forms part of the main GTI Thursday series. Has anything to conclude with before we wrap up this evening?
No, that was just an awesome event tonight. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and it was just amazing.
Well, I'm glad you could be here for part of it. We do, of course, have plenty of action coming up on our channel throughout the next few weeks. We announced the GT2 Challenge series a few days ago, actually, during the last round of GT4 Sprint Cup. So we really hope that you can tune into those. We have some broadcasts coming your way at the weekend, and of course through next week we've got Ronnie's Tuesday Fun Race, and the final rounds of GT4 Sprint Cup is going to be coming to you this very weekend on Sunday, and we'll play the trailer for that at the end of the broadcast. So we hope you can join us for it, for the final round of that one. Fraz, I really hope you enjoyed your commentary debut on Sim Broadcast. I'm sure the viewers will join me in saying that you did an epic job, considering it was your first time in the booth. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed it.
No, thanks for all your help, Pete, and yeah, it was just a great time, guys. Yeah,
good stuff.
Look forward to doing it again, and yeah, thanks, Ian.
Who's Ian?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know who Ian is. I'll talk to Fraz off air and find out who Ian is for you guys. But there we go. Thank you, Fraz, very much for being with us.
I meant Elmo, of course.
Elmo. Okay. He's referring, of course, to Chris McElroy. Bless him. That's funny. Anyway, I'll call him Ian from now on. So there we go. He's not going to live that one down. Thank you very much, Fraz. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We've been Sim Broadcasts, and this has been Fragmaster's GTI Thursday. From all of us here to all of you, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Sunday for the finale of GT4 SC by New Dimension Racing. But from all of the Fragmaster crew from Sim Broadcasts, have a great evening, and we'll see you on the next one. Good night. Bye.